Alright, we'll be starting in a few moments here. Sorry for the delay. Oh man. Well, this is the RPG Crawler, and I am sick as a dog, but I'm going to try and stream some more Planescape Torment here. When last we left, we had basically just picked up another party member from the Smoldering Corpse Bar.
I feel stronger.
Dakon, he's a Githzeri, I think. And why did I just hear everybody leveling up? Seriously?
I hear your words.
I don't think they just leveled up. But I think I actually heard them say the level up thing. Oh yeah, Morty and my nameless one both leveled up. So we'll go ahead and start this episode out on a good note. Let's go ahead and level up the nameless one. And seriously, there is like very little I need to do on him. One characteristic point gained. I guess that boosts his skill. I don't know how that works in this particular game. That's not core D&D. Fighting skills improved. Yeah, he basically leveled up in fighter. Go ahead and accept. Okay, this is what it was then. I can boost his strength to 19. That's kind of insane, actually. But what I'm actually going to do, and I don't know how this goes, is I'm going to keep his strength at... I'm going to keep his strength at 1800. And I will just throw that extra point into... let's dump it into dexterity. No, for reals, let's put it in Constitution. I'm so confused. No, let's do dexterity, because dexterity is going to help us more in the long run. Now we're going to go ahead and look at Morty. I don't think that I do anything with him except just hit level up, because he's just a straight fighter. Alright, good way to start the show. Quick leveling up. Now Dakon is a fighter mage, if I remember right. And he's actually pretty nice. But I don't necessarily remember how to deal with him. The Unbroken Circle of Zerthamon. I guess I can go through this. This small round stone is the Unbroken Circle of Zerthamon. The Unbroken Circle is a Zerth religious text containing teachings of Zerthamon, the founder of the Githzeri people. The circle is made up of a series of interlocking circles that fold out from one another, depending on which branch the reader wishes to follow in the path of his teachings. It is said that some Zerths spend years poring over the combinations of the plates, looking for new significance in the teachings. Dakon seems to use the text as a means of focusing his spellcasting abilities, for he pores over the tablet occasionally, memorizing the words. Can I use it? Oh, I can. This small round stone appears to be religious text, and I guess I only get one option, leave the stone alone. Now, can he teach me to be a mage? Because popping up into fighter mage territory is actually really nice. I guess I can just talk to him. Dialogue with my own party member.
Done.
Oh wait, I've paused the game. No, I haven't. It's just acting weird. Alright, let me breeze through here real quick and see if he has... Ah, yes, here we go. Can I talk to you about your teachings? At which point he nods, and you get the option to ask him to teach you anything about the art. Know this, I am not a teacher in this, but know that I may serve as a guide. I do not know humans to be... I do not know how humans come to be versed in the art, but when you learn the art, return and ask again. So I have to be a mage, at which point he can then tell me more about being a mage. Well, damn. Alright, I'll find a mage teacher first. Well, we've got some things to do, and I guess first amongst them is to inspect this bar a little bit more, see if there's anything really useful in here. I'm seeing text, but I'm not seeing the people talking. I guess they're all mercy killers. That's another faction. Then you got some fiends just sitting around a table. Terragin and Aethelgrin. Let's talk to Aethelgrin and probably regret it. You see a scaled fiend who looks very similar to the one standing next to him. In addition to the pierced left ears, both are black-hued and reptilian, with bat wings tucked against themselves. The one is missing a tooth on its right side. Ah, Tegarin, it says. Our old friend has returned to pay us a visit. So he has, Aethelgrin. So he has. Yet his eyes do not gleam as they once did. What do you suppose brings him back to us? What does bring you back to us, friend? So I guess these guys know who I am. Just answering a quick little message. The problem is that fiends are way more than I can take right now, so I think I'm going to swiftly back out of this conversation before they fuck me up. Always a wise choice. You know, not getting fucked up. I think I've already talked. No, she's not the same person. This is a new name person, Mokai. You see someone dressed as a female dustman with a half-empty glass in her right hand. As you near her, she calls out to you. You, over here? You notice that there's something wrong about her, and your exposure to the dustman leaves you to believe that she's just too lively to be a real member of the faction. Hey, Cutter, buy a lady a drink. Yeah, be real upfront about it. You're not really a dustman, are you? She looks around nervously and seems to sober right up. Why do you say that? Because you don't act like a dusty, and you're not offering contracts. In fact, you're taking money instead of giving it out for that corpse labor they do at the mortuary. She stifles a squeak of terror, and then hastens to explain. No, I'm not a dustman. I just found these robes in the street, and I didn't have enough money to get good clothes, and I, heard there was a dustman thief around. But you could probably find him somewhere else in the southwest part of the hive. I saw him, but I hid from him. Please don't hurt me. I'm not planning on it. You ought to know that you're not pulling it off too well. Now answer some questions. What do you want to know? Who are you? Me? I'm Mokai. I just like to, drink here, and, she loses her train of thought momentarily. I'm just a person, you know? It doesn't... I mean, if she was just a random individual, she wouldn't be trying to hide as a dustman, would she? Ask her about this place, Smoldering Corpse Tavern. Tell me about the other patrons here. They're just, people. I don't deal much with people, unless they're buying me a drink. Who's the burning corpse? He's, not a corpse. He's, some crazy wizard. Alright, she is incredibly unhelpful. I mean, even more than usual.
I'm gone.
Is there anybody left to talk to besides Ignis? Not really. Now, I didn't originally intend to have Ignis in my party, but he might make good filler until I find the people that I want in my party. So let's talk to him. This crackling, billowing creature twists slowly above an iron grill upon the floor of the bar. It may have once been human, but now its skin is charred beyond recognition. Streams of fire form a wreath around the creature's body, and the flames lick at the few remaining pockets of flesh, causing them to bubble and run like wax down the creature's skeletal frame. We'll go ahead and examine him. The heat surrounds this creature. The heat surrounding this creature is incredible. To your surprise, the iron grill the creature floats above is sagged and bent from the heat. At first, you thought the heat came from the grill, but now you realize it emanates from the creature. As you watch, flecks of ash drift from the writhing corpse and float slowly to the ceiling. Greetings. The thing makes no response. It writhes slowly within the flames. It lives, but it does not seem aware of anything other than the fire that surrounds it. Its skin is flame, its heart is flame, and you know within some shadowed corner of your memory that this thing is dangerous. Alright, examining it doesn't really help. There's gotta be... I know that you can get this guy in your party. And I can't remember how. Let's talk to Drusilla again real quick. Answer some questions. And there is, like, literally nothing that she has. Well, there's some people up here that I can talk to. Kandrian and Ebb Creeknees. You see a soft-looking man with gentle, far-staring eyes. He dresses in supple leather clothing and carries various implements of use and destruction about his body, such as ropes, spikes, tinderboxes, and empty vials of air. He looks half gone, literally. There's an insubstantiability to his existence, as if his essence had been partially leashed away. He focuses those eyes upon you, and suddenly you find them gripping and determined. Greetings to you, O Seeker. I guess this guy is probably some sort of petitioner, which is what they call the dead in Planescape, but maybe not, maybe not. He carefully sets down the mug he's holding and gives you all his attention. I have seen the far reaches of the multiverse and returned to tell the tale. I have walked upon the bodies of dead gods and spun moonbeams in the astral ahead of 1,000 shrieking Githyanki nights. Githyanki nights. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, sorry, flashbacks to like Neverwinter Nights 2. Yeah, it's Githyanki. I have passed the edges of existence and watched my essence shiver away before me. What is it that I can do for you? So that's what passes for a greeting in this place? Damn, I feel kind of plain. I had some questions for you. Who are you? I am Kandrian Illborn, traveler, dreamer, tale spinner, and so forth. One of the things that I'm liking about Planescape Torment is that you get experience from pursuing certain lines of dialogue, so I'm going to hope to find some that this guy can tell me about. I'm tired, Seeker, so tired. I am fresh back from negation. I will answer what I can for you, but I cannot promise that you will find satisfaction in the answers I give. What would you know? What would you hear of the outer planes, the prime material, or the inner planes? For those who aren't familiar with D&D, the inner planes are like the elemental planes. The prime is basically where all the real worlds are, and then the outer planes are like where the gods live. And they're named that because like the prime is composed of the 4 elements, so they're like inner to the prime, where the prime is just a segment of all the other planes. That's why the gods and such are considered the outer reaches. And there's more to it than that, but that's all this guy tells you. Alright, fresh back from negation, what do you mean? His eyes cloud over. I went to the inner planes to discover my true essence. I made the mistake of visiting the negative material plane in order to understand my body's urge to decay and the cycle of death in life. I thought myself protected against the ill effects of the plane with my magic, but I was wrong. The blackness of infinite nothing pressed on my soul, and I was beset by shadows that sought to snuff out my very soul. I lost my way for a time, for an eternity, and nearly lost my existence. I could feel my essence falling away from me, and I am even now half gone. Never will I return. Yeah, that's one of the dangers of the negative material plane. That's where the It's where the undead and such are connected. They get their ability to life drain from the negative plane.
Updated my journal.
How did you survive? And yay, journal update. How did I survive? He smiles tightly. With a piece of nothing that held back the nothing. Nothing can stop nothing, you know, so I carried nothing in my hand to protect me. Do you plan to journey to the ultimate negation yourself? You have the smell of desperation about you, and so I will make you this gift. Hold it in your hand when the shadows press in, and it should protect you and your friends somewhat, should they remain close to you. He passes you a small black token that looks as if it has no dimensionality to it at all. Alright, so I've got a little trinket to protect me from the negative plane, just in case I should ever lose my mind entirely and decide to go there. Tell me more of the planes. Alright, tell me, what's the difference? The difference is true essence, Seeker. Whoops. The inner planes are matter, substance, true physicality. They are the building blocks of the multiverse. It is from them that all belief in the elements springs. The inner planes filter through the ethereal plane, the plane of potential, some say, which forms the elements into the worlds of mortals. Once past the ethereal plane, one reaches the prime plane, where exists all manner of mortals and monsters and myths and machines. It is there that belief is born, and there that the spirits that create the outer planes are born. When mortals die, they pass through the astral plane, a no place that is thought and mental energy itself. It is in all things and in none. It is paradox amongst other things, and it filters spirits into the great ring. Do you comprehend so far? Yes, go on. Now, the outer planes, where should I start? Do you know the cardinal rules of the planes on which all others are based? Do you know about the composition of the outer planes? Do you know of the great ring and its divisions in our hearts? Do you know of the individual planes? Each of these leads to the next, and so it is best to start from the beginning. And this is basically where you get your primer to the planar structure of D&D, the various cosmologies of the basic D&D game. Just 1 second. Yeah, I'm having to choke and cough every few minutes. Alright, so we'll go through these just so that those viewers watching Planescape for the first time and not entirely, either right now or in the future, because I put these VODs up on my YouTube channel, can get a sense of how the D&D cosmology works if they don't know already. Tell me of the composition of the planes. The outer planes are created of and by belief, and thought, and faith. They take their imagined form from the prime material plane, shaped into forms that stagger the imagination. Built by the accumulation of belief. Belief creates the planes. Belief is power here. Change belief and you can change the nature of reality. The creatures that are born here, the plane-born, like the fiends and the celestials, are truly born of the thoughts and concepts of mortals. They each express some sort of ideal, and the more powerful the ideal, the more powerful the being. Thus, the being that symbolizes love is one of the strongest of all. Okay. That's why the powers, gods some call them, live out here. This is where all the faith in them comes. This is where they're most pure and strong. Their realms are extensions of their very beings, manifestations of their godly essence, all of it informed by belief. Alright, so tell me of the Great Ring now. Among the least unity of planewalkers, we conceive of the infinite order of the infinite outer planes as a ring surrounding the plane of the ultimate. Sorry. Let me start that again. Among the loose unity of planewalkers, we conceive of the infinite outer planes as a ring surrounding the plane of ultimate neutrality, the Outlands. The spire atop which Sigil sits is in the center of the Outlands. The further one travels away from the spire, the less neutral the plane grows, until it spills into the neighboring planes. Each of these planes impinges on the Outlands, spinning themselves into law and chaos, good and evil. The Great Road marks the demarcation between the Outlands and the gate towns that spring up around the gates to these planes. Beyond the gate towns lie the hinterlands, uncharted territory that is lost to history, that loses thought. Danger lies in the hinterlands. Alright. The outer planes differ by morality, not substance. For you, we'll divide the planes into 3 sets: the upper planes of good, the lower planes of evil, and the boundary planes of neutrality. Those are then divided further by law and chaos, with the Outlands in the middle. Which of these interests you? And the upper planes are basically where you get your Celestials. If of the upper planes, there are the neutral planes, the lawful planes, and the chaotic planes. What would you know? The neutral planes. The neutral upper planes contain the Beastlands, a place of neutrality and goodness, with a slight tinge of chaos, where the animals rule in the eternal noon and night. They hold Bitopia, twin paradise of industry and labor, where all work towards the good of all, and Elysium, the sweetest plane of goodness and calm I have ever come across. Alas, right now I am not well enough to enjoy any of the restorative effects. What would you hear of now? And the rest of the upper planes will go to the lawful planes next. Kandrian gives a small shudder. I am not the best person to speak of the planes of law, for the innate structure and ultimate patterns they impose frighten me. I steer clear of them because I value my individuality more than I value the knowledge they'll bring me. They include regimented Arcadia, nearest to the good planes to the unbending order of Mechanus, and Mount Celestia, home of the Archons, an island in the Silver Sea. And the rest of the upper planes, just onto the chaotic planes now. These are where I feel at home, though I steer clear of Ysgard for the most part. The endless battles and tests of metal amongst the floating earthbergs of the plane don't do much for my disposition. Arborea, though, he sighs. The mountains are taller, the air clearer, the rivers purer, and the game larger than anywhere else. It is a true paradise, a place where passions run high and the wine never ceases to flow. When I have recovered enough of my wits and myself, then when we have done with the outer planes, you should ask me of the inner, and I will describe my journey to you. I will return to Arborea's bowers and glades and lose myself for a time. So those are the upper planes. I think that's all of them. Yeah, that's all of them. Let's go back to this a few steps. Tell me more of the Great Ring. Let's go to the lower planes next. Hello, and thank you for watching. I am just basically continuing my Planescape Torment live stream. It's going to be a different little bit of a Let's Play than what I usually do because I am live streaming it and I am dumping them direct onto my YouTube channel. This is like the 3rd episode I've got of these. Still just basically getting acquainted with the setting and the character process. And let's continue the narration, I guess. Alright, like the upper planes, the lower planes are divided into lawful, chaotic, and neutral. Each of them varies in terms of horrors and what these horrors do to a traveler's spirit, and all of them are best avoided. Which of them would you like to hear of? And give me 1 second. This chair sucks. Alright. The neutral planes. The neutral planes, eh? They're vile and barely understandable, and they're more insidious on their own than you could ever imagine. Take Gehenna, for example. 4 volcanoes and stages of dormancy floating in an infinite void, each of them somehow alive, and each of them wanting your soul by whatever means they can get it. Populate it with Yugoloths, the worst of the fiends in my opinion, and you've got the place. The plane of ultimate evil, at least that's what they call it, is the Grey Waste. A no place that drains color from your body and spirit, stealing away even your apathy, and it's the site of the worst battlegrounds in the war down there. Don't get me started. Then you've got Carcery on the chaotic side. Yeah, the war is like the Blood War, And I'm sure he'll get into it, but it's basically an eternal battle between the chaotic evil demons, the Tanar'ri, and the lawful evil devils, which I believe are called the Beator. Tell me about the war. Ah, here we go. Aye, the Blood War. At the name, your blood feels as if it freezes in your veins. Ilborn doesn't seem to notice, wrapped up as he is in his memories. 2 armies of fiends smashing together pointlessly across the lower plains, slaughtering mindlessly in the name of law and chaos. They'll aggrandize it, of course, but in the end it's about hate and stupid endeavor that aids none and harms far too many. And he left Carcery off specifically, so that tells me it's a specific place I need to know more about in this game. Metagaming, Carcery and its poisonous jungles, acid swamps, destructive waters strung like a string of rotten pearls nested within one another. He pauses and looks at you carefully, again fixing you in place with his eyes. Remember this, Seeker. Carcery is a prison, home to the Geroliths, and one of the most dangerous types of fiends there is. The strength of the prison is the strength of the captor, as strong as the prisoner lets it be. Destroy the prison keeper, and a body can escape the red prison. There is almost no other way out, not when the gates close themselves against you and watch you spin off into the vast space surrounding the orbs. Be wary of Carcery, traveler, for its bonds can be greater than flesh. Alright, tell me about the rest of the lower planes.
My journal.
Almost done. And journal update, somehow. Even though I've already been to this conversation option. Let's go to the lawful planes, Beator. As much as I detest the order of the lawful upper planes, at least they present a modicum of goodness. The lower plane counterparts, though. Acheron's a place of ricocheting cubes that never see an end to battle, swarming with the souls of dead humanoids. Beator, he shivers involuntarily. Beator is a place best avoided. Those Beatazu, the fiends in the corner there, are but the merest expression of the deviant corruption embodied in that soulless machine of order. If you want more, talk to them. But remember, all that is bad about bureaucracy and order originates from Beator, and it spreads like a stain across the hearts of mortals. Though there is some knowledge to be found there, it is rarely worth the spiritual rape the plane inflicts. And, the name of Beator is basically in every other version of D&D, it's the 9 Hells. But during the 2nd edition's heyday, back in the mid-80s, or the late 80s and early 90s, they were still kind of reeling from the whole, D&D is the devil kind of thing. So they renamed the demons and the devils and renamed Hell to Beator. I don't know. I think the Abyss is still the Abyss, though. We'll find out shortly, because we are going into the Chaotic Planes next. Yep, still the Abyss. The Abyss isn't someplace you should consider going. Where Beator is all order, the Abyss is full of chaos and change, and none of it's pleasant. When it becomes something that approximates normality, that's when you should be most wary of it. It's home to the Tanar'ri, what most primes call demons, and they've got that name for a reason. They are unpredictable and murderous, and the few that you can trust are few and far between. The few that I have met who'd I'd trust, I still don't trust entirely. They are creatures of chaos and evil incarnate, and if they're putting on a friendly face, who's to say it's not part of a larger agenda? And I think that I'm just on to the boundary planes next. There are 2 boundary planes to my mind, and they are diametrically opposed. One of them, Mechanus, is the very essence of law, a place where beliefs fit together, interlocking, turning in a massive machine that drives the planes. The other plane is Limbo, a swirling morass of chaos that follows no rules, none. And just when a body thinks he's classified as behavior, it goes and changes on him. Or it doesn't. You just can't tell. I was in Limbo not too long ago. I got a guy from Limbo right in my party now. Dakon. He closes his eyes, remembering. I had a Githzeri guide me, an anarch who could shape the illogical matter of the plane into the forms of his desire. They had fought off the harrying of the Slotty, the chaos creatures who called that plane home. It seemed that there were more than usual, but then one can never tell what is usual in limbo, but I digress. In the midst of all this chaos, we came across a series of huge metal interlocking cubes, like some sort of puzzle box. It wasn't something we had shaped, consciously or not, and we couldn't find a way inside. It was like a bastion of order within the confines of disorder, a seed of law. That's the best I can explain it.
Updated my journal.
Alright, so that's another journal update. I guess I'm jotting all this down real quick. We'll go to the Outlands next. The Outlands are absolute neutrality. Probably the best place for a body to visit in the Outer Planes outside of Sigil, if you don't want to have a plane's morality forced into your heart. Everything balances out in the Outlands, as it should be, for the plane that sits at the center of the Outer Planes. Power's realms are scattered about here, and there are handfuls of gate towns that open into the rest of the Outer Planes. The gate towns usually mirror the philosophy of the plane their gates open onto, and if the balance of belief isn't kept in that town, the town slips into the nearby plane. It's a bad situation for everyone, because few of the folks in the towns really want that change. But enough of the Outlands, what more would you know? And I think, oh crap, we still got the Inner and the Prime to do. Okay, let's go to the Inner Planes next. It should be relatively simple, because there's only a few Inner Planes. He sighs, as if this reminded him of his bone-deep weariness. Think of the Inner Planes as a globe. On the top pole, you have the positive material plane. On the bottom, you have the negative material. He pauses. Remind me to tell you of the negative. His eyes turn inward to some private horror. From the interaction between the two springs all of the urge for existence and non-existence, death and life, actuality and nothing. From them spring the basic elemental planes, like fire, water, air, and earth. The para-elemental planes that lie between the four basic elements, and the quasi-elemental planes that come from the interaction of the four elements with the positive and negative. Tell me about the negative material planes. His eyes cloud over. Okay, I already talked to him about this. Tell me the other planes. Alright. Let's ask about the Prime. You want to know of the Prime? Visit it. The boundless worlds of that plane have an infinite variety, as do the planes, but I cannot encapsulate them as I have here. Suffice it to say that they are the birth of the Outer Planes, the children of the Inner, and they hold limitless potential within their boundaries. And that is that. That's about all that I can get from them, I think. I'll ask him about this place. Unless the cosmos has shifted or we've been spun into the mazes, I would say they were in the Smoldering Corpse Tavern. It's important because you find out about the mazes now. Aye, the mazes, where the lady dumps those who have displeased her. He makes a small semicircle over his heart as he speaks the lady's name. If you'd know more of the lady in the city, find a tout? Yeah, a tout or some such guide. A Lady of Pain is who he's referring to. She's basically she's not a power, she's not a god, but within Sigil, like, everything responds to her instantly. So she's not someone to fuck with while you're in Sigil. I think that's all I'm going to ask him. Wait a minute, there was more I could ask him. I could have asked him. I'm looking for a journal that I lost. Okay. And I'm looking for Farad. Oh, he knows about Farad. Farad grew up to be a collector? How long ago was this? When I set out last, he was but an officious stripling in one of the upper wards. Heh, time does change some people. No, Seeker, I don't know Farad anymore. I'm willing to bet. So that guy was in the Inner Planes for a long time. I will talk to Ebb Creekneys and hopefully get something useful out of it. You see a slightly stooped old man with a full gray beard and a lion's mane of gray hair. He wears a couple of shoulder guards as armor, and he keeps a helmet nearby. He smokes a pipe and carries a pouch of tobacco around his waist. He looks pretty strong, but he's a little plump and also appears to have some sort of breathing trouble. Well now, aren't you a sight, lad? Never have I seen so many scars blanketing a fellow. Like a scar cloak you're wearing. Where have you been? Hanging out in a grain thresher? Oh, I'm just jesting with you, lad. No offense meant, and I hope no offense taken. I'm Ebb. Greetings, Ebb. His handshake is firm. Now, I hereby tender my apologies for the unfair jesting, lad. Hope there's no hard feelings. Can I buy you a tankard or two of something smooth to smooth any ruffled feathers? Sure, why not? Is he a prime? That's the spirit, lad. Bide a moment. He rises to his feet and heads to the bar. After a moment, he returns to his seat with a pair of tankards. Here you go, lad. Drink up. He takes a massive swallow from his own tankard, puffs on his pipe, and says, "What can old Deb do for you on this fine sigil day?" And ask him some questions. Oh, well, I gathered that. Just to look at you. I mean, you don't look at you like you're from around these parts, lad. You look a little too out of sorts to be a seasoned native. So, what can I help you with, lad? You need to know the lay of the land? I'll ask him about himself first. Ebb Creeknees, third measure of the harmonium. Oh, wow, okay. So he's from the harmonium. That's nice. Now retired and being a tout with... Is that yeah, that's tout. I'm sorry, this font is fucking with my eyes. A tout with one's voice, since I don't step as lightly as I might these past 2 or 3 decades. Now, lad, who be you, and what troubles might you be in? What's a tout? Well, now, it's a good thing you asked that, because now you've told me you're green, and a tout's about the best person a clueless could have run into on the streets of Sigil. And I'm just the man someone like you is in need of. A tout's a friendly city guide that shows you what's what, gives you a little jaunt around town. A guide, a guide is the best way to look at it. Except I don't really leave this chair on account of my age. So mostly I suggest directions and places you might want to see in your travels in our fair city. Doesn't cost you a cent. Why is it free? A tout who can't move can't command much of a price, lad. By the powers, it would be unfair to charge for just a bag of words. How old are you? Old enough to know better, lad, and too old to walk much. He puffs on his pipes. Let's just say my best years are behind me and that there's only a few irons that keep this heart beating. What irons? Well, lad, not to bring down the conversation, but I'm hoping that one day a holy fellow will be making his way to the old Smoldering Corpse Bar. And hopefully he'll shrive me of some of my private sins so I can go on and step off this plane for good. Excuse the phone. Give me a sec. Alright. So it looks like he's just waiting for repentance, I guess. I guess that's one way to say it. What other questions? Do you know someone named Farad? Farad? Ebb frowns, takes the pipe from his mouth. Now, lad, what you be wanting with a burk like Farad? I think he stole some of my belongings. Oh, no doubt, lad, no doubt. You have to chain up everything around that grasping little spider. He should have been one of the fated the way anything not chained down slips into his parlor. Don't give him a yard or he'll take a league, eh? Now, what do you know about him? Well, now I don't know everything there is to know about old Farad, but I know some of the darks surrounding him. If you're determined to track down that spider and nail him to a wall, then I suppose I could spill some of the chance so you know what you're tangling with. Farad dug his nest into the Ragpicker Square not too long ago. Got a bunch of collectors and gangs together and started what one could almost consider a collecting faction. Be that as it may. Alright, and where can I find him? Well, if you're looking for Farad, which I would say is pretty balmy of you, you're a little off the beaten path. You want to be finding Ragpicker Square. Chance is that Farad's set up his kip somewhere in the square. Even an old fellow like me who's been around the ring a few times don't know exactly where. I figure that Farad wants to keep the dark on his location dark. If you're all bound and determined to find Farad, go to Ragpicker's Square and try and dig up Farad's location from some of the locals. Try and be careful about it, since there's plenty in the square that'll make a gut harp out of you as soon as look at you. So, I know where Farad is now, I'm pretty sure. What is this place? I'll ask him about the Smoldering Corpse on the off chance that he gives me an idea to how to free him, because I know I can get Ignis in my party. I've done it before. You're in the Smoldering Corpse Bar, lad. Not a pretty place as some, but it's got its own homespun kind of charm. Alright, and what's the corpse? Him? Oh, no corpse, lad. No dead or him. Near as we can tell, old Ignis is still alive inside that little roach spit. Near as we can figure, anyway. He can smell damnably awful sometimes. Keeps me on the pipe to make sure it don't worm its way into my nose, it does. And how did he get there? Ebb takes a smoke from his pipe for a moment, as if deciding how to phrase his comment. Well now, lad, Ignis had a smattering of problems and some not sightly wizardly magics to boot. And seldom do the two mix well, if you understand me. He liked to burn things, and he started torching places and people, and generally making a bunch of trouble. Well, now most of what that was going on in the Hive, and I'll be the first to admit that the Hive is not the first place the Harmonium goes to keep Sigil's law. A failing on our part, since it may be the place where our presence is most needed. So, by the ladies' reckoning, there was a little street-side justice in the wizardly community. A bunch of tea leaf readers, hedge wizards, and midwife witches got together and managed to weave a spell that was kind of poetic justice. So now he just sits there and burns. He's still alive, which I don't think they counted on. Okay, so he's like a pyromancer. He might be interesting enough to keep, even if I do get him. Alright, I'll ask him about Sigil and its environs. I think I've already talked about most of these things, like, out of character, so I'm not going to go ahead and go on. But basically he's telling you not to mess with the lady or she'll maze you. Basically stick you in a maze from which there may be no return. The Dabus are the floating little... Oh wait, I haven't talked about Dabus yet, so we'll go ahead and read that. Aye, those funny floating bloods that speak in symbols. Quite a piece of work, eh? The Dabus are kind of the lady's janitors and workmen, doing exactly what she wants. Making sure Sigil's running up to snuff. Oh, excuse me. Making sure Sigil's running up to snuff. Patching walls, tearing down old buildings, building new ones, setting up portals, sealing off others, and on and on. They're a pretty neutral-faring bunch, and you don't want to interfere with one or kill one, or you'll bring the lady's wrath down on you right quick. Okay, tell me of Sigil's time. That's useful to know. The way we measure time in Sigils by the brightness of the sky. See, we haven't got a moon and we haven't got a sun and a moon like most worlds. We just got this everlasting haze that brightens and darkens at regular cycles. What most folk call midnight, we call anti-peak. What they call noon, we call peak. See, it's based on the peak and anti-peak of the brightness. So when someone says something about 5 hours past peak, that's what they mean. That's actually really interesting, and I actually did not know that. It makes a lot of sense, though, because, I mean, Sigil has no sky, really. About the city's layout, I think I've already talked to this before, but he goes into more detail on it. Ew, let me wet my tongue. He takes a pull from his tankard. The city floats above an infinitely tall spire, the spire. It lies on its side like a discarded wagon wheel, but there's no spokes that connect it to the spire. It is divided into 6 wards, each of them with its own function. Right now you're in the Hive. I think the purpose of the Hive is to be squalor to the rest of the city's grandeur. Factions, philosophical clubs, or gangs if you prefer, divide up the running of the city between them. Go on. The city is called the Crossroads of the Plains and the City of Doors and the Cage. It's got portals to all of creation, they say, and all manner of beasties come through here to trade, call kip, or hop from one place to another. Now that's just the quick version, lad. You'll have to experience the place for yourself. I'm asking about the portals, which I've also gone to in the past, but it's nice to hear a native talking about it. Sigil's called the City of Doors for a reason, lad. There's portals everywhere. Portals are, well, like doors that lead across the multiverse, except they don't look like doors. Instead, they can be any bounded space. Window, door, pothole, picture frame, barrel hoop, the spaces inside scaffolding, a wardrobe. Each could be a portal, just waiting for the right key to open it and take you someplace in the multiverse. Now keys. Aye, each portal has a key you need to open it. Now while portals can be any bounded space, keys have more variety. They can be anything, from a little tune you hum when next to the portal, to dancing a jig, to being in the right mood, to having a piece of a place you want to go in your hand, and on and on. In my youth, I once convinced a girl that kissing a man beside it could open a portal to Arcadia. Turned out I was right. Okay, and many trips to Arcadia did we have. Many portals probably have never been found. There's some you can uncover just by asking people and getting the right key. Finding out the dark of a portal is the toughest part, but I warn you, lad, portal hopping shouldn't be a pastime for a fella in your way, nor should you be wandering Sigil after dark, neither. You'd do best to stick to the main ways and open peek and watch yourself. And that's actually kind of I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent here. That's actually a kind of interesting little conflicts of ideas. Because anything can be the key to a portal. And all of the portals in Sigil are technically on the outer plane. Since belief defines the outer plane, it's entirely possible, theoretically, at least in terms of the D&D lore, that simply believing something will open a portal will make it open if it hasn't got a key already associated with it. So when this guy says that he convinced this girl that kissing a man beside it could open a portal to Arcadia, it's entirely possible that that portal was not bounded, and that his belief, because it's in the outer planes, or the belief of the girl that he talked to, made it happen. So that's just a little bit of food for thought. Because that's kind of how weird Planescape gets. I mean, Planescape gets pretty damn weird. But that's the kind of shit that you're dealing with if you get hardcore into playing Planescape. It's the kind of thing that you actually need to think about. I think I might talk to those devils now. Let's talk to the barkeeper first. Man, this entire episode is going to be just like wandering around in this bar. But it's important because it gives a lot of background. Alright. Just 1 second. I'm going to get a little sip of water. Alright. Barkus. You see a leather-skinned man with just a hint of ashen color in his face. His teeth seem sharper than normal, and his eyes filled with the boredom that comes with having seen too much. His voice is nasal and clipped. You again, eh? What do you want this time? Uh-oh, another person that knows me. You again? What do you mean? Yeah, you again. You got a hearing problem or something now? You was in here about 15 years ago, got all bubbed up, smashed up the place, and left a pile of coin that wasn't enough to pay for the damages. So you plucked out your own bleeding eyeball and tells me you'll be back to reclaim it when you got 200 coins together. With 15 years of interest, you got about 500 coins. You got the jink panel, I got your eye. I don't have that much. Then you're not getting your eye back. Makes sense? Come talk to me when you've got the jink. I mean, you have to purchase your own eye back? Ugh. Alright, some other questions. Wait, are you actually missing an eyeball in this game? I'll have to look at the portrait after this. Alright, hurry it up, will you? I got paying customers. Alright, what is this place? Didn't you see the sign out front? Didn't you see the Burke burning over the furnace when you came in? It's the Smoldering Corpse, Cutter. Best damn bub house in Sigil. At least, it's the best damn bub house in this part of the hive, which makes it one of the best in Sigil. Hell, they got fancy places with plants and such in the ladies' wards, and they got fiendish taverns salted around the rest of the hive. But none of them got the character of the Smoldering Corpse. Who is the corpse, anyway? Him? Ignis. He used to be a flame wizard, burned down pieces of the hive, got himself scragged by a bunch of other mages. You want to know more about him? Go talk to Drusilla over there by the door. Okay. I want something to drink. What do you want? We got your basic beer for a coin, bitters for 2, mead for 4. We got water straight from the elemental plane for 8 coins. We got Arborian fire wine and fire seeds for 10. Cursed heart wine for 8, and Beator's own whiskey for 20. What do you have? Water. Fucking yes, water. I'm gonna try and put out Ignis. See if that doesn't free him. He moves back to the keg on the wall and turns the spigot. The clearest water you have ever seen pours from the nozzle into the glass, and he holds underneath it. He sets it down in front of you, and you take a deep draught. It is the purest thing you have ever tasted, a coldness inherent to the water itself, a feeling of air that passes over your tongue and into your stomach, where its coolness calms even the raging of your passions for a moment. From the heart of the elemental plane of water, says the barkeep. Any other water you ever drink is going to taste dirty by comparison. Quite an experience, my thanks. And that cost me 8 coin, and I didn't even get it in my inventory, did I? No, I did not. Fuck. Oh well. Oh well.
All right.
Yeah, I need to find a store to start selling some of this shit. There's somebody I didn't know about. Ilquix. More of this. Well, you see a short, rotund man with a perplexed expression on his face. From the lines on his loose skin, it looks like it's not too uncommon. He carries a flagon of ale that looks like it's in the process of being emptied rapidly. In between swallows, he speaks in a gentle voice, so quiet that you can barely hear his words. Hello, traveler. My name is Ilquix. Can I be of some assistance to you? Sure, I'll ask him who exactly is he. I am but a humble man with a slight flowery, poetical bent, and a tendency towards the supernatural. I regret that I have none of my supplies here, or I should be most eager to teach you the ways of power. Perhaps sometime later? Yes, I'd like that. For now, some other questions. What can you tell me about this place? This place, the Smoldering Corpse Tavern? Okay. Just more about the patrons. Here we go. The patrons of this tavern are many and varied. I have spoken with most and find them delightful, with the exception of those creatures of law. He gestures towards the pair of Abishai, that's the devils, sitting in the corner. They taint the air with their presence, lending an unwholesome stench to an otherwise pleasant environment. I recommend speaking to Barkus. I understand he requires some aid with a trifling matter. Then we have that O character. I am still trying to understand him fully. It is quite an undertaking, if I say so myself. Those are the folk of interest here. The others, well, perhaps I am too discriminating. So, Barkus does have, like, some sort of quest, probably. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Why do you despise creatures of law? Ah, fine question, my friend. My upbringing has been on the chaotic side of the Great Ring. You may speak to Kandrin Ilborn, a misnomer if I ever heard one, of the plains. He fancies himself a great planewalker. To return from my digression, I have lived many years with chaos, and find it pleasantly agreeable. To me, the taint of law, as in those creatures there, is reprehensible and tyrannical. If I am to be crushed underfoot, I'd rather it be by an individual than a machine that knows nothing of emotion. And this is again where you get to, you know, pick your spot amongst the law chaos axis. I disagree. I disagree, Reginald. Okay. Ilquix smiles toothily, his fat cheeks barely moving. To each his own, I say. Did you have more questions? Okay, who is that burning man? That? Huh. That is the last unfortunate who chose to exercise his individual will without the strength to back up his desires. His name is Ignis, and he was a pyromaniac. He burned and didn't burn the right people, and wound up channeling more raw power than he could control. Now, well, you see what can become of him. If you wish to learn more of him, speak to that poor creature, Drusilla. can help you. Okay, that is all I need from him. Now let's find out what the hell this barkeeper has that he needs help with. Looking for a journal. Who are you? Person I ask questions of. What can you tell me of the patrons here? Alright, this actually has some sort of interaction with it. Yay! And welcome to the stream, those who are just watching. I'm just starting the whole Planescape Torment thing and going through the Smoldering Corpse Bar and basically talking to everybody. Just see what quest this barkeep has in mind. I don't make it a point to interfere with the lives of the people who give me their hard-earned jink unless they ask me to. So, over there is Kandrian, Planewalker. He's a good one to talk to about the planewalking questions you might have. He's been pretty much everywhere. Down there is Ebb Creeknees, an old harmonium basher. Don't hold that against him. And a tout. He's got a good heart in him, and he knows Sigil up and down. Them fiends over there are Athelgrin and Tegarin. Word of advice, don't deal with them. There may be low rankers in the fiend hierarchy, but they're still fiends. Then you got Ilquix over there, not trustworthy, and some mercy killers looking for some poor sod. Dakon the Gith Zerai is a mystery to me. Don't know much about him. He don't talk much. Finally, you interested in earning some free bub? Sure. There's a bubber over there against the far wall, hanging about in the shadows, who's been trying to work up her courage to slip out without covering her tab. I want you to make sure she don't do that. If you do it, you got free bub in here for life. Oh, that sounds like a good trade. I'll do it. Answer me some questions first. Alright, actually, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and talk to this chick, which I suspect is the one that he's talking about. The Dusty. No, not her. Or not him. My bad. Yeah, I don't need to talk to this guy, do I? It's amusing. Alright, where was that girl that I literally just talked to her?
Alright. Done. Alright.
Okay. She's gotta still be here, right? I hate that you can't, like, hit Alt and see all the highlightables. Well, there's O. I haven't talked to O yet. Okay, that's not who I need. Oh, he was talking to somebody and I totally didn't catch it because I was talking to other people. I'm gonna ask him what was that you and your friend were saying about Sigil. I see the girl that I need to talk to over here. So I'll get to her next. Ah, my cousin. He stretches the word as if to emphasize that he has no choice in his acquaintance. Has recently come here from her backwater prime world. My uncle, a renowned... Hold on, phone. My uncle, a renowned wizard, brought her here to expand her horizons. She labors under the delusion that this is the center of the multiverse, and she thinks it's somehow important. Since I've lived here all my whole life, I know otherwise. It's a place the powers in Planeborn overlook, just as humans overlook the squirrels in their city parks. Hold on, this phone's still ringing. Alright. It's not important, and the sooner humans come to realize that they're not important, the better off they'll be. Alright, thank you, and good day. And I will talk to his other person in a sec. Let's talk to Mokai, whom I believe is the one that it's time to settle her tab. Barkus says it's time for you to settle your tab. Pay up. She jumps a little, and her nervous tension becomes full-fledged anxiety. What are you going to do? Ask you to pay up. Now. I can't afford it. Can you spot me just 10%? I'll give it to him, and he knows I'll pay the rest. How much do you need? I think I need about 100 coins to get started. Holy crap! So she has 1,000 gold in drinks? At like 2 to 4 a drink? How long has she been drinking in there? Fuck. Alright. Holy crap, you can poison her? With what? Can you think of another solution? Another way to pay? Ha. You could always, kill me. I'll just lend you that money. Now go pay up. She pockets your jink, glances briefly towards the door, almost as she's weighing her chances of dashing out. Sighs heavily as she realizes there's no chance and begins to walk glumly toward the bar. My thanks, I suppose. Don't mention it. Don't even think about heading for the door until you've paid up. Or I will kill your ass.
I'm gone.
And I guess she does walk all the way across the damn room.
Done.
I can talk to this other patron while she's doing that. Hey there! Welcome to the channel. I am just basically spending an entire damn hour walking around the Smoldering Corpse Bar talking to everybody. It's an interesting place, but it has a lot of background information for the game, I guess. So it is useful. Alright, getting back to it. This is a woman with a far-off cast to her face. She's not exactly young, nor is she exactly old. Perhaps it's the expression of slight disbelief that's etched across her features. The expression that she doesn't believe her senses. When she focuses on you, she speaks sharply, but not angrily. Do you need something? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm being pestered here. Alright, who are you? I'm Kiaras Thornton. I'm here with my cousin because my uncle doesn't want me wandering the hive on my own. He doesn't seem to think I'm competent on my own. He may be right. I don't know this city or this plane very well. I'm not from here. I'm from the Prime. You're from the Prime? Visiting. Expanding my horizons. The Prime is a fine place to live, but it's a little too real, I suppose. My uncle gives each of his nieces and nephews a few years in the plains and allows us to remain here if we so desire. I think I might so desire. I am fascinated and repelled. But then I suppose that's the nature of the plains, isn't it? And do you have enough knowledge to give me some answers? Can you tell me about this place? This is, as I understand it, Smoldering Corpse Bar. And more questions. Does she know anything? Nothing really useful. I'm going to go ahead and skip it, I guess. Alright. I'll just go back over here and find out about the barkeeper. And then we still have O to talk to and those damn fiends. I don't even know if I want to talk to those fiends quite yet.
I'm gone.
Here's some money. I'll bring in more later. You'd better, or I'll send him after you again. Alright, so she did pay the guy. Back again? What now? You won't be having trouble with Mokai again. Nice experience. Then, friend, you have full bar privileges for free. Anything you want, anytime. I should have done that before I wasted some money on the water. That must have been a pretty big tab she ran up. You don't know the half of it. You want a drink now? Sure, set me up. You got information? Oh, that just brings you back to here. Want something to drink, and I will get fire wine and fire seeds. He passes you a glass of the deepest red wine and a handful of brightly colored seeds. Stick the seeds in your mouth and take a swig of the wine. Don't be surprised when the seeds catch fire. They won't do you harm. It's a taste like no other. He's right. When you pop a seed into your mouth, it mingles with your saliva and bursts into a tiny flame. You quench it with a swallow of fire wine, and the taste is indescribable. Not right now, thanks. You know, let's just talk to O. See if there's anything interesting there. And then those fiends. Alright, you see a man standing stock still. He isn't moving a muscle. On closer examination, it appears that he isn't even breathing. Just standing. That's creepy. His eye sockets are empty holes in his face. Contained within their bounds is a flat gray light that seems to dance with possibility. Looking into the sockets, the eerie, empty feeling of a limitless void shivers through you, as if you had gazed into a sliver of eternity. The head slowly swivels towards you. You notice that no muscles appear to have moved under his skin as he turns, and he speaks in a pure, bell-like tone. Well met, Wanderer. You have forgotten again, haven't you? What is it with all these people knowing about me? Man, if you knew somebody that constantly had amnesia, and you knew when to tell when they forgot, you could run up a pretty good business. Just, hey man, you owe me a good 20. And then like the next day, hey, you owe me another 20. Alright. Back to this guy. Do you know me, stranger? As he opens his mouth, you get that feeling of eternity again. Inside his mouth, you see no tongue, no teeth. It's almost as if this man were a shell surrounding an illimitable expanse. I have spoken with you before, and always you forget. Your endless quest to discover yourself ends always in your amnesia. You draw close to the truth and recoil. Let us hope that you have the strength to endure your existence. What do you know of me? How do you know of this? I know that you, like a fly, rise up from the wreckage of your old shell, buzz around for a time, and then curl up and die at the window of truth. You bumble about the pain, seeking the light without any plan to your actions, and fall exhausted when you fail. You alight on others to feed from them for a time, and move on with no regard to them. I have watched you come here and listen to your words, and I watched you move away no wiser. Will you learn from your mistakes, Seeker? I don't think I like your tone. Who are you? I am O. For some reason, when he speaks his name, it sounds like he's speaking of much more than a single letter, as if speaking his name contained untold possibilities and nuances. No human tongue could ever create such a sound. What sort of name is that? It is my name. It is the name of a portion of eternity. I am a letter in the divine alphabet. Understanding me leads to understanding existence. I am written the true names of half of everything. My being encompasses truth. I am mathematic, organic, metaphysic. So, what does that mean? The divine alphabet has written the name of everything that exists, from the seed at the hearts of the elemental planes to the core of the great beyond. My brothers, sisters, a single word translates into the two in your mind, and I reach across all that is, was, or ever shall be. We are thought and reality and concept and the unimaginable. Alright, and so what are you doing here, at a bar? Why, I am watching the ebb and flow of mortality. And what do you see? You mortals are like wasps. You build your lives' nests from the slimmest of branches, and when the wind shakes your home life tree, you seek to sting the wind to death. Instead of realizing your foolish mistakes, attempting to repair the damage you have caused yourselves, and learning from your experience, you bring harm to any who have the misfortune to blunder near you in your time of pain and distress. My advice to you, and to all mortals, stop acting like an insect and start acting sentient. Anything else about this tavern? Yeah, okay. I've already been through this, Tell me about yourself. What are you? Okay. I already know all that. I think that's all I need from him, and that was not terribly informative, but he's an interesting enough character. I'm probably going to come back to him again at some point. So that just leaves these fiends, and I really don't want to talk to these fiends. We'll talk to them later. Actually, let's talk to Ignis one more time before we head out. Nothing useful. Back out into the hive. And wow, I killed an hour talking to people in that bar. Damn. And I'm jumped by a thug as soon as I step outside. Okay. Well, the good news is I have that second fighter here. I'm disappointed that I couldn't get Ignis, but I'm not terribly broken up about it because I do intend to get other people. So let's go to the southwestern portion of the hive, I guess. Ah, there's a random black Abishai on the street. And what the hell? People are just coming out of the woodwork to attack me. You know, I gotta wonder, are these the thugs that I needed to deal with for that one quest? Let's loot them up. And then I guess I should try to go turn in that kill the barking whatever the. I'm supposed to kill some thugs over here. I think I've done that. Got some more thugs.
Done.
You gonna attack me, guys?
All right.
No, apparently not. Here we go. This panic-stricken young woman runs up to you, breathless, tears streaming down her face. Please, sir, you've got to help me stop them. They'll kill each other, they will. What's going on? 'Tis me brother and me lover. They're fighting. 'Tis just harsh words now, but I just know they'll be bleeding each other in a moment. Help me stop them, I beg of ye. I can stop them, but I don't work for nothing. I can give you jing blood, at least 100 commons worth. Just stop them. Alright. So I guess I'll talk to them. Are these the two? Maeth and... what, a thug? No, Maeth and Taran. This is one of the two men shouting and waving their weapons at one another. It seems as if any moment they'll leap at each other's throats. Greetings. The man, face reddened from the exertion of hurling curses at his foe, whirls to face you. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy, you son? I'm wondering why the two of you are fighting. None of your business, Bert. Pike off. Any way I can help resolve the dispute? No, you can't. This son of a whore keeps sticking his nose into my life with Elise. And now he's gonna get it cut right off his ugly face. I've no concern of ye, so stays out of it. Your lover wanted me to stop the two of you from fighting. The man suddenly becomes silent. Elise called for you, eh? I don't know who you are, Burke, but I don't see how you plans on stopping us. Look, Elise doesn't want to see either of you hurt. Can't you take out whatever the problem is? Can't you take care of whatever the problem is without scaring the wits out of her? Stop fighting or I'll beat you both bloody. Fine, farewell. Let's talk to the other person. No! No, that's not what I wanted. Hey, yo, stop it. Greetings, and they're actually fighting. Farewell, and... oh, crap. Did he just kill him? Dude, seriously, stop it. Taran. Greetings. One of you. Okay. So, yeah, they're like fighting each other. Sorry. So they are just up and fighting. What the fuck, man? I'm pretty sure I should have threatened to beat them both up. As it is, one of them's dead. I'm not gonna get my 100 gold, but at least I can take a couple copper off of it. Oh well. Oh, and now I'm getting attacked by freaking thugs. What the hell, man? Can't I even walk down the street? Didn't these guys just see me kill like 5 guys over there?
Hey, we'll be the watch, Chief. Did you see that? Damn it.
So I'm being watched, according to Morte. By that Barriar, maybe? I don't know.
I'm gone.
Ah, this is so confusing. I liked it in the Smoldering Corpse better.
I'm gone.
Let's go ahead and grab shit. I don't need any more daggers. What I need is a damn shop where I can sell all this. Alright. Ah, can I not pick this crap up? So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to, like, spread the wealth around a little bit. I'll just move some of these charms over here. Oh, yes. Inventory management. I don't need any rusty daggers. Like at all. And dirty rat charms. Is that it? So yeah, I guess I've killed at least 3 of these guys. So let's head back to try to turn in this one quest. And then I'm going to head even further south in the city. So I guess that's the Dustman Monument that I need to go to. Head up here. Okay, which one of these persons asked me to go do that quest? She was up here, right? Not Quentin. Here we go. Sevtai. You again. No good using it. Yeah, I'm still hunting down this Chaos Man. Okay, so that wasn't them.
I'm gone.
Which is a damn shame. I'm gonna head further south into the city.
Alright.
And see what I can get from that.
I'm gone.
Probably not gonna get me any further along.
I'm gone. Done.
There's a Barriar. There's some thugs that haven't attacked me yet. Alright, let's head down over here.
Alright.
It's hard to tell what is like a street and what isn't in this game sometimes. Alright. What do we got here? We've got the Alley of Dangerous Angles, the Marketplace, some dwellings, Office of Vermin and Disease Control. I don't need to go to any of these places. So let's head back. Any place else I can go? Are there any other exits on this one? I don't think there are, actually. Yeah, there's not. Wow, okay. So, maybe I can head up here to the northwestern portion of the hive, I guess.
Done.
I suppose I should like talk to everybody I find down here, but
all right.
I'm kind of aiming to get some more party members before I really get into the game.
All right.
And I know which ones I kind of want. The problem is I'm just not exactly sure where to find them. I want to get Falls from Grace, and I want to get the cube, the Modron. Norden or whatever. Holy crap! They almost one-shotted Dakon. Dakon's gonna run away. These guys almost one-shotted Dakon. What the fuck, man?
That is mine.
Okay, attack these guys.
I will hear you.
I guess I could throw Dakon a clot charm or something. I don't know.
Balance in all things.
Let's go ahead and use it. And that healed him a little bit.
Damn it.
Yeah, and Dakon's wounded again. God damn. Dakon's just getting his ass kicked. Oh well.
I'm gone. Alright.
Here's what I want to do. I want to get at least to Falls from Grace's place. So see. This has the Flop House and Ragpicker Square. But I don't need to be... Ragpicker Square is where Farad is. This guy's definitely talking, so he's a named. Got some more thugs, and this just leads back to the main square. Am I right? Yeah. So there's only 3 places I can go here now, right? World map. Ah. So, how do I get to the clerk's ward? Or is that even a place I need to go to? Maybe there's some exits that aren't shown up here? I don't know. Try and go north from here, see if that gets us anywhere.
All right.
It does not get us anywhere. This is all blocked off.
Hey,
Done.
be watching, Chief. Just look natural.
All right.
Casual.
Okay, this is nowhere I need to go.
I'm gone.
Alright, so you literally can't get up there. God damn. Alright, it looks like I guess we go to the Alley of Dangerous Angles next. Which I really don't want to go to. But if it must be, it must be.
All right.
And what's in the Alley of Dangerous Angles? Some Dark Alley shivs. Greetings, stranger. Looks like you're in Dark Shiv Alley. Dark Shiv. Bleh. Greetings, stranger. Looks like you're in Dark Shiv Alley. God damn this name. Dark Alley Shiv territory now. Looks like you've got a purse that could use some lightning. You better pray it's got enough. I'd like to see you try taking it with holes in your skin. What? Does that even make sense? Dude, did I just one-shot that guy? Yeah, I did.
I'm gone.
Good as done.
I guess Dakon's gonna back up.
In enduring, grow strong.
Because Dakon, for some reason, sucks. What spells does he have? Like, nothing that I know about. Yeah, let's not do that. I gotta figure out Dakon's spells, my bad.
Damn.
Come on, I know there's only a couple of these guys left. I'm just exploding these guys with an 1800 strength. And last but not least. Alright, well, let's loot up. You know, getting jumped
Done.
is actually a good source of experience in this game. Do not need a rusty dagger. Got some more copper.
All right.
And, oh, it's not even gold that's the thing in this game, it's copper. We got a couple up here. Come on, loot it. Alright.
I'm gone.
So the game cannot be saved while hostile creatures are nearby. This is like nowhere I even need to be. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to get out of the hive.
I'm gone.
Oh, and now I get jumped by more thugs.
Your will be done.
What the hell, man? All I'm doing is walking along and I keep
serve.
getting jumped.
I shall serve.
Come on, don't run away. Just let me kill you. There we go.
Right. Done.
Nice little clot charm. There's another guy up here,
Gone.
right? Yeah.
I'm gone.
I saw him hiding there. Well, it's experience, I guess. Not the best way to level up, but it's a way.
Done. All right.
Yeah, there's no reason for me to be up there. Let's head out again. I could have sworn there was some way to get past all this shit. Oh, there's the guys that I'm supposed to be talking to, I think. Because they're like howling and shit. Let me set up real quick.
Huh?
And let me take a look at Dakon's character sheet. Because this should be able to tell... What's his spell book? There's absolutely nothing I need in there. He's a fighter mage, but what spells does he have? Mage spellbook. So he's got Submerge the Will. When the will is submerged, new strength is gained. Strength to endure, blah blah blah. Magical orb of protective energy arises. It bestows an AC 2 against all attacks and +1 to saving throws for 12 seconds per level of the caster. It's basically like the shield spell almost, except a little bit better. Reign of Anger. Spell summons a magical missile that strikes its target unerringly for 3 to 6 points of damage, with no saving throw possible. So basically a better magic missile. Scripture of Steel. +1 to hit and +1 to save for all creatures that are friendly to the cat. Says Bless. And Vilkar's Eye. Target creature fails at saving throw at -1 penalty. Creature will be struck with blindness. So blindness, which is now a first level spell, I guess, except maybe not really. It's weird the way that they're doing spells in this. It's weird, but I think that I can handle it. Level 2 spells, Power of 1, which is, I believe, Power of 1. Yeah, the Power of 1 is just literally Power of 1. Okay, so it can boost you up to Strength 20, which might be very useful. Let's talk not to the Angry Hive Dweller. Come on, the Barking Dog Gang.
Done.
Like, those were, like, literally just exactly who I needed to talk to. And they're wandering away. Starved Dog Barking. This wild-eyed man is hunched over, barking and howling at the top of his lungs. Beneath his thick, matted hair, you can make out a series of strange tattoos. They run the range from screaming faces to bizarre geometric shapes to what appear to be lines of verse. He is almost naked, but the dirt and filth covering him give him a semblance of modesty. That's kind of nasty. Greetings. The man whirls on you and gives a low growl. He draws out the growl for a few seconds, then starts barking violently at you. In the distance, you can hear answering barks. I said greetings. If this is how you want to die, Wolfman. And yes, I think did I just one-shot him? No, not quite.
I'm hurt.
Holy crap, he's beating the shit out of me. Okay. Well, he went down. But I'm gonna use another clot charm, I guess. They're instant, so that much is good, and you can use them while doing other things.
I'm hurt.
Holy crap, he's hurt again. Well, I've killed one of them. And I think I still need to use another clot charm. See, dying really doesn't hurt that much in this game. It's just,
Done.
What? Okay.
I don't want to die right now because I got quests to do.
Alright, I'm gone. Done.
No, don't kill him. No. Run. I thought this guy had a special special ability. Yeah, Litany of Curses.
Slattered.
Alright. We need to get this guy down. And there goes my man.
Death's come for the bill.
And we wake up in the mortuary again. Well, I'm gonna head downstairs real quick. Not upstairs, downstairs.
Done. Alright.
I wonder if I can rest in here. I wonder if I can rest, period.
What's up, Chief?
What's up is that I'm looking for a rest icon and I'm not seeing one. Yeah, I am totally not seeing one. At least you don't get your shit taken away from you when you die. Okay, map screen. Statistics, maybe? Nope. How do I don't even think there is a rest mechanic in this game, is there? I've tried hitting R. Dialogue, no. That doesn't help. Special ability, raise dead. I could have used that. That's alright, let's head downstairs. You there, hold. No, thank you. I'm just heading on out. Don't mind me. I'm just heading over here, and this should be an exit.
Alright. I'm gone. Alright.
Sorry, I didn't have run engaged for some reason. Well, I guess I'm gonna go pick up my shit and kill that last guy that I was fighting.
Done.
And then come collect the reward for that particular quest. Alright, over this way. Come on. And here we go. Thought I was gone. Boom.
Alright.
One-shotted. I'll pick up some rings. At some point, I should be able to sell this crap and actually get enough to work with here.
I'm gone.
So let's go turn that quest in. That was 3 of them. And,
Done.
that should be enough to fulfill the quest.
Maybe I could gut a
Looks
Dusty.
like the Dusty's lost one of the deaders.
Maybe I could gut a Dusty.
And that is why I don't have Anna in the party. It's because amusing as her accent is, she can get really annoying sometimes. Let's talk to Sevtai. I found the starved dogs barking and penned 3 of them in the dead book. The powers be not blind in their justice this day. The woman reaches into her spider-like hair and draws forth a copper earring. Here you are, a pretty bit it should fetch. 'Tis worth 33 coppers at least, I'm sure. It belonged to one of me sisters, but she won't be needing it anymore. And there we go, experience and treasure. And I'm going to continue looking for Falls from Grace.
Right.
But I think for now, I am actually just wrapping up here. Thank you, those who just joined me as I'm wrapping up. I'm probably going to break for lunch. I may come back a little bit later, but I have some other stuff to do. If you want to see the rest of this playthrough, you can catch it on my main channel. I've got the VODs from the prior 2 episodes. It's a great game so far. Really enjoying it. Once again, it's been the RPG Crawler. Remember, if you like this kind of old-school role-playing game, to like, comment, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye.
Hey.
And those of you who just joined me who want to watch other playthroughs, I do have an Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition and a Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition already up on my channel. Take care. Yeah, just people start coming in just as I start signing off. Alright, thank you for watching that.